The Bayana of South Africa right there defeating the host nation Morocco by 2-1 to win their maiden Women's African Cup of Nations title, a historic one at that. You know what they say about being third time lucky? Well, so for the South Africans, they're the fifth time lucky, if you want to call it that. They've lost 4 finals prior to this, and this is their 5th final. It is definitely the start of probably an amazing run in terms of successive titles. It's yet to be seen, though. But Aziz, what do you make of South Africa's performance in terms of not just defeating Morocco, but all through the tournament? You think they are deserving of the title?
Most definitely, Samson.
Okay.
Playing the Super Falcons in their 4th game and winning emphatically, not just winning. It was a
dominant performance.
It deserved winning against the 9-time champion.
Yes.
They actually made the statement that they are the Nations Cup for not just to play. Winning 2-1 against the Super Falcons in the first game actually set the tone, the bedrock for them winning this competition. A clean slate, winning all the games towards the final. This is the thing the Super Falcons couldn't defeat in the semi-final.
Exactly.
And trust me, this is a champion deserve. They deserve the victory, and a deserved champion. They have everything. If Ken is not taking, the next edition is there for the taking.
Okay, let's see how that pans out. Talking about the next edition, you should know that concerning the tournament itself, you had Morocco's captain known as Ghislaine Chebak, who was named as the Women's Player of the Tournament, while the Fair Play Team Award went to South Africa, and South Africa's goalkeeper Andali Lamini was also named as the best goalkeeper of the tournament. And for South African coach, that's Desiree Ellis. She won her first, Women's African Cup of Nations title, having lost 1 final as a player and 2 as a coach. So it's well-deserved for, South Africa. And that's Desiree Ellis right there on your screen. That's South Africa's coach who won a 3rd successive Women's Coach of the Year award during the CAF Awards that took place on Friday as well. So right now, South African football definitely at its peak. Aziz Oluokun, thank you so much for your time on the show this afternoon.
It's my pleasure being here. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Rarely has there been such a sense of expectation and anticipation ahead of a 200-metre final. Shelley-Ann Fraser-Pryce has got out well. Jackson now coming through. Thompson, Herrott and Dina Asher-Smith have got a lot to do. Asher-Smith is coming into the mix. Now Sharika Jackson coming up onto the shoulder of Shelley-Ann Fraser-Pryce. At last, it's Jackson's turn to be the queen of sprinting. 21.46. She becomes the fastest living woman on earth. And at last, after so many bronze and silver medals, it is a glittering gold for Sharika Jackson. And how they will celebrate that back in Jamaica. But that was a brilliant run. I thought Jackson would win it, and guess what? She came ever.
Just before the highlights, you had the commercial break. You had the highlights of the 200 men's final with Noah Lyles of the United States defending his title successfully in a record time, it must be said, talking about not American time. Over the 200 meters distance, the record still belongs to Usain Bolt, 19.19 seconds, while you had Usain Blake clocking 19.26 seconds. But this was also fast, 19.31 seconds, making it the 3rd fastest time over the course of the 200 meters. And that's quite impressive from Noah Lyles right there. Anyways, let's delve into the world of tennis quickly, even as we hit home stretch on the show. And it's all about the Lava Cup 2022. Novak Djokovic has been added to Team Europe, and makes it a star-studded team that includes Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Andy Murray, as well as Novak Djokovic. In other words, the Big Four will be competing on the same team for the first time in history. Now, it is the 5th edition of the Lava Cup, and it's going to be hosted in London, taking place from the 23rd of September to the 25th of September. The first 4 editions have been won by Team Europe, and definitely they are the favorites to win the 5th edition in London, which is about 7 weeks from now, considering that Novak Djokovic is already joining a star-studded European team of Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Andy Murray, as well as himself. Von Borg, the captain, is here to announce the other 2 members of the team, but right about now, Team Europe is looking quite good. For team world, you have the captain John McEnroe, who has named Taylor Fritz, Diego Schwartzman, as well as Felix Auger-Aliassime as his teammates or his players. Let's see how that pans out. Moving away from there, in the world of basketball, you have the Phoenix Suns agreeing a long-term contract extension with their coach, the head coach of the Phoenix Suns, talking about Monty Williams. Now, Monty Williams was named as the coach of the year, the NBA coach of the year by his peers for his second successive season, following the historic run that he led the Suns to in terms of franchise record for wins within the regular season, 64 wins during the course of the regular season, although he was unable to get them back to the NBA Finals as they lost at home in Game 7 to the Dallas Mavericks. So after the 2021 NBA Finals run and a record 64 franchise win, you have the Suns increasing his contract, or extending his contract rather. He still has 2 years on his original 5-year contract. The new contract has not been disclosed in terms of financial details or the length, but it is quite impressive to see that the Suns still believe in Monty Williams to lead them through. Let's watch highlights now of the 400 meters hurdles, where Sydney McLaughlin clocked a record 50.68 seconds. Won't get back. We'll be rounding up on the show.